You guys know me as the woman who teaches other women how to screw and hammer too, but I also want to make sure that I teach you about all the tools you need for the basic toolbox. So if you want to dive into what should I be buying, I want you to stick around because we're going to talk about the essential things that every homeowner should have on hand and why. After 24 years of homeownership and 10 years of teaching DIY skills to women, I am often asked, what are the tools that I absolutely have to have in my toolbox? And that's what we're going to review, because what I do here at HIPChicks is about practical, doable, and affordable DIY projects. And the best success you get in DIY projects is by having the right tools for the job so that you can get things done quickly, you can get them done neatly, and you can get them done well. So make sure you subscribe because every week I bring you content that is really based on practical, affordable, and doable DIY projects. And if you want to catch my Fearless Homeowner Hangout Holiday Edition, that's where I'm going to go over the 12 tools of Christmas and my favorite tools that are available on the market now and where to get them. The first thing on the list are the basic hand tools, such as screwdrivers. Make sure that you have a variety of sizes in both Phillips and panhead. Now, as far as a hammer goes, make sure that you have a 1-pound hammer. I prefer a fiberglass handle with a good rubber shaft just for all those heavy-duty projects. A utility knife is so important, and I like one that is very compact and easy to change the blade. Make sure you have fresh blades on hand. And of course, you want pliers and wrenches, and I prefer the adjustable kind so I can tackle different projects. But the most important tool out of these for me is the tape measure. I prefer the 25-footer because it gives you a better read, and definitely buy one that has a good locking mechanism. The second must-have tool is definitely a stud finder. This tool will help you locate the studs for those heavy things you want to hang. Artwork, mirrors, shelving, and cabinets. But don't forget, you're going to need wall anchors for the places where the studs are not located, but that's the spot you want to hang your object. Just be sure when you are using a stud finder that you locate the left and right side of the stud so that you make sure you nail right in the middle. I gotta level with you. This is an essential tool. I've seen so many projects that people have done 90% well, but they didn't use a level and everything looks off. So whether you are hanging something level or plumb, which is basically the vertical, you want to be sure that you are using a tool. If you don't have a 2-foot level on hand, you can always use the Bubble app on your smartphone. So we're talking ladders, and most people I will advise to get a 6-foot standard ladder. It'll be just enough for you to be able to change light bulbs, change the smoke detector, and even get leaves out of the first floor gutters. You might be an impulsive shopper who wants to run out and buy the mighty giant, but if you don't have the knowledge, the skill, or the guts to be up high on that ladder, then you want to stick to the 6-foot and stay closer to the ground. HIPChicks are safe chicks. So it's important that you have these 3 safety equipment pieces on hand. 1, glasses. Make sure that they wrap fully around and that you are using them anytime there is debris that could be flying up towards your eyes. Next, of course, is the ever popular face mask. So use these whether or not you are dealing with dusty situations or particulates. And there's a lot of information online about choosing one for lead paint exposure. And then there are work gloves. I prefer those that have a rubber lining so that you can work with all sorts of different products. And definitely make sure you are wearing work gloves if you are dealing with pressure-treated wood. Next up on my list is the oscillating multi-tool. This vibrating tool features an interchangeable head so that you can use different blades for different projects. And I've used it on everything from cutting a hole in drywall to cutting out studs. And it even has a head that you can remove grout. And one of my favorite things to do with my multi-tool is cutting out a nail out of a stud that just won't budge. Next up are saws. Many projects will require wood cutting, and there are a few options that you may want to have on hand. So you can use a simple hand saw for cutting a 2x4, a reciprocating saw for serious demo, Circular saws are great for cutting plywood, and the jigsaw is great for some more creative projects. And of course, every homeowner needs a caulk gun. There are things you need to caulk around the house, from your windows to doors to your bathtubs. So everybody needs to own one of these and learn how to use it properly. So make sure you check my playlist, where I have several videos on everything from caulking a bathtub to how to even open a tube of caulk. So check out that list and make sure you buy yourself just a simple one. You don't have to spend a fortune here. Make sure it has a spiking tool and it has a cutting tool in the nozzle, and you'll be all set. When it comes to my favorite tool, I have to say, screw it. I would be lost without using my drill driver combo. What I can do with this are so many projects because it is both a drill and a screwdriver tool in one. So whatever tool suite or brand that you decide to invest in, make sure that it has the right tools that you anticipate needing in the future. Make sure that the tools feel comfortable in your hand and they're not too heavy. Definitely make sure you invest in at least 2 batteries so that you are always powered up and ready to get your projects done. Now, I definitely want you to make sure that you subscribe, because in the future we will have more tools. I'm going to show you my basement renovation project, and every week I bring you very practical and doable projects because I want you to be a smart, capable, and confident homeowner.